This is our third lesson in the Life in the UK course that we have just started. So I will be teaching you the whole book in 33 lessons, as I said in the last video as well. And I will be using the Life in the UK Test Study Guide 2026 edition, which is the latest edition. And this is the essential study guide for ILR and British citizenship tests. So if you haven't looked at my previous lessons, please go and start from lesson number 1 so that you can complete everything in a sequence. So as always, first of all, I would introduce you to the book that we are using, and obviously that is the approved study guide, approved book by the Home Office, and this is the book from which you will have Life in the UK test. I have had many of the Life in the UK test videos, but people have been asking me to teach them the book because every test that you see on internet or in apps and everything, every test comes from this book. So which means that understanding this book is the most important thing, and it is the key. So let's look at the book. This is 2026 edition, Life in the UK Test Study Guide. You don't have to buy this book. You can get this book from your local library, and every library has different editions of this book, so you can get the 2026 edition. So the book has 7 chapters. Chapter 1, 7 and 8 are not tested. So out of these 7 chapters, only chapter 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, means 5 chapters. Only 5 chapters are used for creating the tests. So you will have 24 questions. Obviously in my test videos I clearly mentioned that you have 24 questions, out of which you have to do 18 of them right, which is the 75%. So all of those 24 questions come from these 5 chapters. Okay, so as I said in my previous videos as well, so the best way is to get the book and then start your lesson from my video 1, which is lesson number 1. I will teach you 3 to 4 pages in each lesson. So go along with me, open the book, and the page that I'm showing in the video, just go and open the book on that page. So on each page there is information which is more important than the rest of the information. Okay, so I will highlight that in yellow or whatever color it is, and then I would suggest you to highlight the exact information so that you can only focus on that. Okay, not everything is important, I tell you. I have trained 7,000 students, okay, and I know what type of things are used to create tests. Okay, obviously I cannot predict what question will come, but I know the technique. So I would highlight things here in the video. You also highlight or underline those things, and then at the end of the lesson I will leave you with 10 questions. So 3 or 4 pages you would learn, study, and at the end you will have 10 questions from those 3 to 4 pages that you would learn that day to consolidate your learning. And then I will ask you to answer those questions by writing in your notebook. So you should have a separate notebook to prepare for your Life in the UK. So answer those questions in your notebook. So when we come to that slide I will explain as well. Okay, so in this video today we will finish chapter 2. Okay, because chapter 2 is very small, so we will finish the whole of this today. So chapter 2 is about the values and principles of the UK, and it is a very, very important chapter. Okay, now if you can learn this chapter properly, I can guarantee you that you will have minimum 3 to 4 questions from this. Okay, and 3 to 4 questions are a good number to pass your exam. So for example, some people fail just by 1 mark. Okay, so for example they did 17 questions and the total pass mark was 18. So you can understand the value of 3 to 4 questions, because this is a very, very important question. Here we would learn about the values. Okay, now here, this is the introduction of the chapter, so I won't spend any time on that. Let's jump into the questions, into the actual information. Okay, so Britain is a fantastic place to live, a modern, thriving society with a long and illustrious history. Okay, now this first sentence is sometimes I mean, it comes in true or false. So you will have this sentence and they will ask you whether this is true or whether this is false. So your answer should be true. Okay, so that means that Britain is a very modern society, thriving society, means developing and illustrious history, means great history. Our people have been at the heart of the world's political, scientific, industrial, and cultural development. Okay, we are proud of our record of welcoming migrants who will add to the diversity and dynamism of this national life. Okay, so all good things. Okay, but as you could see that I have only highlighted the first sentence, means that is the key. If you remember that, you will not make any mistake in that question. Okay, so you can read these two paragraphs yourself. All of these are just normal good things, and mostly we don't have any questions from that. But this bit is extremely important. The values and principles of the UK. British society is founded on fundamental values and principles which all those living in the UK should respect and support. This is very important. Okay, so please make sure you understand that. If you don't understand, leave me a message, leave me a comment, and ask me and I will explain. These values are reflected in the responsibilities. Okay, so what are these values and what are your responsibilities? That's what we are. Rights and privileges of being a British citizen or permanent resident in the UK. It means that you have to follow these principles, these values, if you want to become a British citizen and or a permanent member of this society. Right, we don't have to read the next sentence. There's no place in British society for extremism or intolerance. So that is something which is also addressed in the application forms. Towards the end of the application form, you will have questions about extremism and intolerance, and you will have to say no. If any one of them is yes, then obviously it's difficult. The fundamental principles of British life include, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I used to tell my students that if you forget your husband's name or your wife's name, that's not a big issue. But if you forget one of these, obviously that is going to be a big problem. Why? Because you will definitely have at least 3 to 4 questions about these. Okay, this is how important it is. So you can highlight this in red, whatever you want to do it. The fundamental principles of the British life include, number 1, democracy. Democracy is the government where you vote and choose your leader. The rule of law means everybody has to follow the law. Individual liberty, you are free to do whatever you can. I mean, obviously inside the boundaries of the moral values. Tolerance of those with different faiths and beliefs, which means that if you are a Christian, if you are a Muslim or a Hindu or a Jewish, or whatever religion you have to respect other people's faith and religion. You practice your religion fine, but you have to respect others. Okay. Participation in community life. Okay. Now, what type of questions you will have? So for example, sometimes you will have 3 or 4 options, and they will ask you which 2 of them are the principles or fundamental principles of British life. So 2 of them. So it means that 2 of them will be wrong, 2 of them will be correct. So you have to choose the 2 of them. Sometimes they would say democracy is the basic, is among the fundamental principles of British life. True or false? Now you know that democracy is among those 5. So you would say true. So different types of questions can come on these 5 values. These are the most important things in this chapter. As part of the citizenship ceremony, new citizens pledge to uphold these values. The pledge is here, so let's look at the pledge now. So it says, I will give my loyalty to the United Kingdom and respect its rights and freedoms. You can read that. You don't have to memorize that. When you go for citizenship ceremony, they will give you a book. On that book, this thing will be written. You just have to read along with them. Okay, so you don't have to memorize. There's no need to panic. Okay, following flowing from the fundamental principles are responsibilities and freedoms. Now, because we have these 5 basic fundamental principles, okay, the values, and out of those values we have responsibilities and freedoms that you can enjoy in this country. If you wish to be permanent resident or citizen of the UK, you should. This is very important. Okay, these are 5 things that you should do. Okay, and these are the 5 things that these are your rights, by the way, your freedoms. Let's look at this. Respect and obey the law. This is for everybody. Respect the rights of others, including the right of their own opinions. Treat others with fairness. Look after yourself and your family. This is something which has got so much, um, I mean, so many questions are about this. Look after yourself and family. Look after the area in which you live and the environment. Right. So these are your responsibilities. Now, your rights or your freedoms. You have the right of freedom of belief and religion. You can practice any religion. Freedom of speech. Freedom from unfair discrimination means that you cannot be discriminated based on your color of skin or religion or sexual orientation or whatever. A right to a fair trial, which means that if something goes wrong, your case would be in the court and they will decide based on the merit, not based on the color of your skin or where you come from or what your religion is. Nothing. Fair trial means they would just look at what happened and who was wrong, who was right, and all that type of stuff. All right, to join the election of a government. Okay, so let's summarize that. So there are 5 fundamental principles of British life, as we saw on the previous slide, which is democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, tolerance of others' faiths and beliefs, and participation in community life. Now, these are the basic things. Okay. Now, out of those basic things, you will have these responsibilities, 5 responsibilities, 5 freedoms. If you remember these 15 things, put them on your fridge, toilet, wherever you want to. Okay, if you remember those 15 things, you will definitely get 4 to 5 questions correct. Okay, let's move on. Becoming a permanent resident. To apply to become a permanent resident or naturalized citizen of UK, you will need to speak and read English, have a good understanding of life in the UK, which means that you have to pass life in the UK test and pass B1 test. Okay, right. So as you know that in my previous lesson we talked about KOL, knowledge of English language. Okay, knowledge of language. So if you want to apply for a permanent residence, which is ILR or British citizenship, you have to have 2 qualifications. Number 1, life in the UK, the one that we are learning now, and number 2, B1. Okay, B1 is a speaking and listening exam. So you can watch my videos to understand and learn that as well. If you have done B1, fine. Now focus on life in the UK. So these are the 2 tests. If somebody tells you, no, you can do that without this or without that, no, this is the requirement. Yes. If you are from America or English speaking countries like Australia, New Zealand, so you don't have to do B1, or if you have like a graduate qualification or postgraduate qualification like a master's or a PhD, then you don't have to have B1. But everybody must do life in the UK. Right? Next. Okay. Taking the life in the UK test. As I mentioned in my previous lesson, how you do life in the UK test. There are 24 questions. You have to click 18 of them correct. Yeah, so 24 questions and you have to do 18 of them right to pass Life in the UK tests. Okay, so there are over 30 centers in the UK. So when you put your details, they would give you 5 centers to choose your test from. Okay, so we have covered that in our previous lesson. Okay, so now let's move on to the next slide. So how to use this handbook. I have already covered this in my previous lesson. So please go back and check those lessons as well. So how to use this handbook, as I said, that chapter number 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are and 6. These are the 5 chapters that you have to understand. You have to cover because these are the 5 chapters which would be tested. Okay, and this says obviously this book is written in easy language. And it can be can be understood by anybody, understandable materials. Okay, so you can read these things. This is not something which is I mean, important to highlight. And if you need any extra information, these are some of the websites. You can stop this slide video here and then you can have a look at that. But what you have learned today is 15 things: 5 fundamental principles, 5 responsibilities, and 5 freedoms. Okay, these are given to every permanent resident and every citizen in this country, and this whole chapter was about those. Okay, see that how simple it is. Now, not everything on a page is important. Okay, this is how I teach, and this is how you should learn. All right, now out of those 3-4 pages that you have covered, we have got these 10 questions. Now this is how we will have every one of our lessons in the Life in the UK. So stop this video here, look at these questions, and as I mentioned in my previous videos, please have a notebook ready. Okay, read the first question, answer the question in your book. Okay, don't worry about writing long sentences. Just write a brief answer and then go back and see whether your answer is correct or not. Okay, and tell me how many of these answers you made. Corrections. Tell me how many of them were correct, how many of them were wrong, what was the problem. Okay, give me an idea so I know that you are doing fine. Okay, so that's the end of today's lesson. Thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all the best. I'll see you in our next lesson.